What's going on, YouTube, fam? This your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of Hood Tales, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. It's free. It helps get the video out there. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For my day one fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely tap that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Oh yeah, feel free to share the channel with your peoples. Everybody is welcome. With that being said, let's get right into the story. When we are young and on the dating scene, everybody is looking for something different. Some people date with purpose, looking for real love, a partner they can build with in a committed relationship. Others are just having fun, seeing what's out there and are not looking for anything serious. The best thing to do is to be honest, let the other individual know what type of time you are on, so signals won't get crossed. Once two people lock in with each other and they decide to make things official, that's really when the getting to know you phase starts. While just kicking it, people hold back. They like to hide their true character and motives because there's no attachments. But once they consider you their significant other, you get to see what you are really dealing with. If they are jealous, insecure, have trust issues, a temper problem, but for some, they ignore the red flags. Rather thinking it's cute that their new partner is crazy about them, or thinking they are just doing that to show how much they really love me. A lot of times, things get brushed off when we like a person. I often tell people, crazy is not a look or even words, it's actions. Most of us like to think what our partner won't do because we think they love us, but we never stop and think what they will do. And on this episode of Hood Tales, we'll be taking it to Jackson Township, New Jersey to discuss the case of a jealous man who thought his girlfriend was cheating and snapped. Last year, 28-year-old Toraya Reid was living a fulfilled life in her home state of New Jersey, growing up in the Asbury Park area. Her and her siblings had a decent upbringing. She played her big sister role to a T, to the point her younger brother felt like she was a second mother to him. Teriah excelled in school, played basketball and softball, and as she got older, she blossomed into an outgoing, strong, passionate young lady who everybody loved. Very involved in the community, taking a job at the Boys and Girls Club in her hometown. The family would get some great news when in 2019, her little brother, Naz Reid, who she always looked out for, went pro in basketball, signing a multi-million-dollar deal with the Minnesota Timberwolves. While Naz was celebrated by his family and hometown for being a great player and stand-up young man on and off the court, his big sister Teriah was always right there to support her brother. But she had her own life as well. Teriah was setting up her own future. She had left her hometown job a few years prior and had started a new job at Harbor Freight. She had been there for 9 years by 2025. Outside of work, she loved to travel and have fun, and she wanted a partner to do that with. Teriah would start dating a man in her new community of Jackson Township, 29-year-old Shaquille Green. Some described the man as laid back, a little quiet, and was just trying to find his way. He worked multiple jobs to make ends meet, but had a hard time getting on his feet and keeping employment. But Teriah saw potential and didn't judge. The two started dating. He would often come visit her at her apartments, stay the night, or they would hit the town. It seemed like all love. Some say they made it official, or in his mind, Shaquille did. As time went on, Teriah started peeping. Shaquille had a lot of red flags. He wouldn't keep a job. He would get jealous when she had business to handle and couldn't sit around him all day. And it seemed their family dynamics was a lot different. She would often go kick it with her peoples, sometimes by herself. And Shaquille wasn't feeling that. He felt she was becoming distant, especially when her little brother started doing things with the youth, like hosting basketball camps, in which Teriah was right there by his side. It seemed her ambition and focus on life just didn't revolve around a man or relationship. She had bigger dreams. But her and Shaquille were still kicking it. And in his mind, that was his girl and they were exclusive. Just a few weeks after the basketball camp, life for Teriah went back to normal. Work, home, family. But on the morning of September 6, 2025, things would take a tragic turn. Teriah was home and left her apartment around 11 a.m. A few minutes later, residents at her apartment complex called local police to report they heard shots fired and a woman yelling. They stated a man walked away and looked like he was walking fast, trying to flee the scene. As police responded to the complex, they found Teriah suffering from multiple gunshot wounds, and unfortunately, he was pronounced gone on the scene. Police noticed a man who fit the description of the person residents described walking away fast and apprehended him. It was Shaquille. He was taken in for questioning. At first, he tried to remain silent before waiving his rights to an attorney and telling his side of what took place that morning. He claimed he was trying to get in contact with his girlfriend Teriah, and when she didn't pick up the phone, he took it upon himself to go to the apartment. He alleged he saw a man coming out of her apartment. Feeling like she was cheating, a few minutes later, when she walked out, he snapped and shot her. With that confession, he was charged with first-degree hit and also weapon violations. As the tragic news hit the community, people were in shock and hurt as everybody loved Teriah, but nobody was hurt more than her siblings and family, including her little brother Naz, who let it be known his big sister was a big reason for his success. She stayed on him, always protected him, and made sure he did the right things. As the story made headlines, some felt the news outlets were losing Teriah in the story, as most headlines kept saying NBA star's sister and not pointing to the fact she had her own life and was a real person whose life was cut short by the hands of somebody she trusted. Some felt her brother's fame was overshadowing the tragic situation that had just took place. Most felt like the outlets wouldn't have even picked up the story if it wasn't for Naz being her brother. But it was clear the family was and still is grieving the loss of a woman with a bright future and so much life left to live. As of now, Shaquille is still awaiting his day in court. Rest in peace to Teriah. I send my prayers and condolences to her family, friends, and anyone affected by this situation. Some stated she was trying to get away from Shaquille and end a relationship. I'm not sure if he really saw another man leaving her apartment, but even if he did, at that point, bro is chin up, chest out. It's over with. Keep it moving. I never understood that if I can't have you, then nobody else can concept. Because even though you took her life, you sacrificed your own life as well, sitting in a cell. And as a few years go by, you will sit and wonder what your life could have been like if you would have never pulled that trigger. But I want to know y'all thoughts on this situation. Leave it in the comments. And remember, we got to succeed, not to fail. So we won't be just another hood tale. Yeah, man, crazy story. Rest in peace, that young lady. I definitely send my prayers to her family. But I ain't going to talk too much more about this one. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. Y'all already know it's all love, fam. This another episode of Hood Tales. It's your boy Tony 2 times. I'm out.